Chapter 14. First Day Down. Sometime later in the library, Maira and Chadgri are still working hard on controlling their breathing for the purpose of mustering, then properly channeling their mana in order to successfully cast the spells which they had obtained earlier. With sweat dripping off her nose, Maira raises her right hand up and out to the right with her palm facing slightly down while inhaling slowly. As she breathes out, she pushes the invisible energy she gathered with the previous motion back in towards her heart. She calmly chants the phrase she learned for this spell during each motion with a steady, solid tone. Afterwards, she begins the third motion, shifting the energy over into the shoulder with her left hand, open palmed. Then, with her two fingertips, she gently guides the energy down the right arm, past the elbow, and into her right hand, all the while continuing her rhythmic chant. In her heightened state of clarity, she is able to see the light blue and radiant yellow glow of the arcane energy flowing around and through her body with her spirit eyes on. Exactly as she finishes her chant, the energy comes to rest in her right palm. Instantaneously, a bright flash of energy bursts out of thin air and hovers above her upturned palm. Feeling both shocked and proud, the young mage looks over to Janice and flashes a smile. Janice nods in acknowledgement. Then her countenance quickly shifts to concern as she notices the young arcane student is about to attempt to send the charged lightning energy from her hand without using proper control and channeling technique. The concerned teacher moves to stop her inattentive student, but it's already too late. As Maira turns her hand towards a nearby mannequin adorned in armor, the energy is released without guidance and enters the closest possible recipient, her hand. A loud pop rings out and Maira shouts in pain, "Shit!" She instantly grabs her right hand with her left hand and gently rubs it as she screams, "Damn it!" Having just witnessed the whole scenario, Janice and Chadgri burst out laughing. "Yes!" Chadgri cries out, exhilarated. "I am so glad that happened to you first." Then he shifts his expression. "Are you okay?" he asks in concern. "You are so mean," Maira insists with a red face, obviously embarrassed by her careless mistake. Then she whines, "That really hurt, Chadgri." After shouting at Chadgri, she looks away for a second and softly laughs at herself. "But yes, I'm fine. I just burned myself with lightning." After this, she looks back and laughs louder. "I just burned myself with lightning." At this point, Janice says, "That was too funny, but you really did very well, Maira." Finally, the tall blonde instructor looks at them both. "You've both done well today. We're just about finished for the day. In a moment, you guys will be released for downtime." Then she continues, "However, I want to review your performance today before I let you go. You both have caught on well with this first breathing technique, and you've taken a pretty good handle on your spells. You still need a lot of practice with these first spells before you can pull them off effortlessly with near 100% accuracy, efficiency, and effectiveness, or critically." Suddenly she pauses and throws her hand up. "Still, that's to be expected. It always takes time." She shifts energy and looks towards the young lady she is tutoring. "Maira," she addresses intently, "congratulations on successfully conjuring that lesser lightning bolt." She flashes a huge smile. "That is a major milestone for every wizard." Then she explains further. "What actually took place, what physically happened in that moment is this. You used some of the spirit energy inside of you to gather the astral energy around you and catalyzed it to transform air molecules into molecules that make up lightning. You see, your focused intent, combined with your spoken words and physical motions, enable you and other casters to physically alter our world." Finally, she pauses and jeers. "What you failed to do is maintain control of the energy you had harnessed." Chadgri chuckles. "You did that spectacularly." "Just wait until you pop yourself, sir," Maira snaps, pointing her finger in his face. "He is right, you know," Janice admits. "Seriously, though, Today you burn yourself with a lesser lightning bolt. Not that much damage. But what if you had lost control of a high-powered attack spell and hit yourself or a friend with it? She pauses and stares at Maira and Chadgri. What if you hit your whole team with a fear lament and froze them in battle instead of enemies? Having presented this hypothetical situation, she stops smiling and sternly states, the repercussions of losing your focus or losing control of just one of your spells can be disastrous, even fatal, for one or all of your comrades. Again she stops and stares menacingly for what seems an eternity. Then suddenly, her mood lightens and her voice softens. Anyways, you two did great today, especially you, Maira. But you must never forget what happened here today and what it signifies. On this note, the teacher walks over to a nearby desk and pulls out a small round canister. She opens the top and dips her finger into the pasty green goo. She walks back over to Maira and gently massages the compound onto Maira's burns. Chadgri, she beckons. Come and play that tune you've been practicing on the lyre. He picks up the stringed instrument and walks over slowly, playing a gentle melody. As his fingers strum the strings, the instrument begins to emit a soft green glow, and a warm wind begins blowing from it. Right after this, a gentle wisp of air flows directly over Maira's wounds, and the paste begins to dry up. As soon as all the moisture is gone, the paste turns to dust and falls from her arm. The pain is gone, Maira exclaims with wide eyes. Then she shouts, the burn is all gone. Chadgri stops playing and looks on in shock. Janice smiles and turns around. Enjoy your evening, you two. Have a good night. We start again early in the morning. And with that, she leaves the room. The two students sit there awestruck at what they had just accomplished. Oh my God, Maira exclaims, finally breaking the silence. Dude, Chadgri shouts. Then he begins shouting and jumping up and down. I just healed you! I just healed you! Yes, you did, Maira admits. Then Chadgri stops and looks confidently over at Maira. You just burned yourself. I did, she concedes. And then I healed you, he boasts, laughing. And now I'm going to kill you, she threatens as she begins running towards him. He springs up and runs out the door. Hell nah, he contests. You can't harm the man who just saved you. You didn't save anyone, she rebuts loudly. As they run down the hall, Maddox walks out from the next corner, and Chadgri slams into him. Bro! Then they both tumble to the floor. Whoa, whoa, Maddox shouts. What's the big idea, Chadgri? Maira laughs. He's running for his life. Yeah, she's gone crazy for no reason. She's trying to kill me, Chadgri explains, smiling. For no reason, huh? Maddox asks suspiciously. No reason at all, I'm sure. Next he looks over at Maira and winks. Why you gotta be so hostile? She shows him her fist and says, I can show you hostile. He throws his hands up in surrender, then Chadgri walks up and whispers, Thanks for taking the heat, my man. What's going on here? Calls out a familiar, pleasant voice from behind everyone. Hama! Chadgri says, turning around. Hey, Hama. Liz? Kip greets them. Okay, so it's chill time for all of us, huh? Hama states. Yep, pretty much, Lizzie comments. Suddenly, Kip chimes in, which means first, it's time to eat, sing Kip, Lizzie, and Chadgri simultaneously. Oh my God, Hama says dryly. Really? Maddox quips, agreeing with Hama. All right, Maira chimes in. To the dining hall. Yeah, let's go, they all agree. So they all head the way. So they all head that way together, and as they go, they begin discussing what their day was like and what they had done or had been through. Chadgri starts it off, divulging, Maira blew her arm up with a lightning bolt, and I had to save her arm with my awesome new healing melody. Oh my God, Chadgri, really? She shouts. They all laugh, then Lizzie announces, We had to fight through 3 missions in VR. Yeah, Hama agrees, bouncing up and down excitedly with wide eyes. It was insane. Wait, what? Maddox contests. You got to play VR? Hell no! Lizzie and Hama insist. That shit is not playing, Lizzie shouts, rubbing her leg, remembering the pain she had endured on the second run. Yeah, no, Hama assures him. Then she looks at the ground with a frightful, pain-filled expression. Definitely not. Chadgri looks taken aback. Damn, that's ominous. Yeah, really, Maddox agrees. Then asks, What's up with those looks, ladies? Lizzie and Hama look at each other. You'll find out soon enough, we're sure. Don't want to ruin the surprise, Lizzie adds before she continues walking. So, we learn new spells, and they train for feral rig missions, Maira begins. Next, she looks to Maddox and Kip and asks, What did you guys do? The guys look at each other and shrug. Well, we had a special kind of training. Really? Lizzie states curiously. What kind of training? Well, weight training, Kip answers modestly. To which Maddox adds, and combat training, like hand-to-hand. Karate? Hama jokes. It's not karate, Maddox laughs. But something like that, yes, Kip confesses. Plus, we did go through some lessons about leading missions and teams, so they're training you to be the leader of our group? Lizzie jeers, rolling her eyes. We're doomed, Maira joins in. Ha ha, guys, Kip speaks up before admitting, really, we just don't have any affinity for combat magic or rigs yet. We know, Kip. Just had to pick on you two, Maira responds, laughing. It's always so funny to watch you boys squirm in a tight spot, Hama insists. So tell me more about this magic, Lizzie says, looking at Chadgri and Maira. Yeah, tell us, the rest agree. Well, Maira begins, it's really a complicated process. Long story short, I actually conjured a lightning bolt today. I literally made lightning out of thin air and was holding it in my hand. True story, Chadgri states proudly. It was incredible. After which Maira begins explaining. The process is actually pretty cool. It begins with proper breathing technique, which helps casting in several ways. Firstly, they continue sharing details of the day's activities and what they got from it as they eat dinner. They laugh and shout and tease each other as they enjoy the food. After they finish eating, they all head to clean up, then chill out in the living quarters. As they are splitting up to their separate living quarters, Maddox holds his hand out. Guys, I know this was a rough day, and we all had to go through something crazy, but we did it. We made it through the first day here, and we're only going to get better at this. Let's keep rocking it. Everyone else puts their hands in, and they push down and lift back up. Hell yeah, they all say. Later, while getting ready for bed, Maddox confesses, Wow, I am so exhausted. Same here, Kip and Chadgri agree. Those casting exercises were brutal, Chadgri insists. I never knew breathing could be so draining. Over in the girls' room, the girls are also expressing their fatigue. Maira, however, is already passed out, and the other two girls are watching her with concern as she shakes and jumps suddenly ever so often, with the occasional tear running down her face. She's gonna be okay, right? Lizzie implies. Hama responds, She's a tough girl. She probably blames herself for hurting those other players with that spell, Lizzie suggests. Yeah, she probably does, Hama agrees, slightly frowning. Hell, I certainly would. Still, it's not her fault at all. And we'll just have to support her until she realizes that. I also think it really hit her being taken like that. You're right, Hama. She's probably shaken by that. But we will help her through it all, Lizzie concurs. Well, I'm worn out. Sweet dreams, babe. Good night, Liz. Sweet dreams, Hama replies. Then she looks over at Maira, leans over, kisses her forehead, and whispers, Sweet dreams, babe. With that, the lights go out and they all fall asleep.